I write and I write and I write. I bleed poems, bruising words, have wounds from rhyme and scabs from lines. I am a reluctant poet. Poetry falls off me, just constantly comes into my brain, drives me insane. There are so many, they tumble out. Waterfalls of words, and I have to herd them into sentences, make sense of what is in my head. I have to formulate some paragraphs that give justice to the letters. I will write into the night without sight of anyone, through the wee hours, until dawn flowers again, when I will still be with my pen, making marks upon the paper, when morning comes and it can't get any later. How can I stop when the words keep popping out? In my mind they are sometimes a whisper and sometimes a shout, but there is rarely nothing. They are never silent. I never get a blank brain. The days are all the same, one big word game. How many can we write today? It's actually quite tedious for me. Sometimes I feel like I'm experiencing death by poetry. And my poor family suffering similes and analogies, the emotion, the description and the tone. This poetry should leave us all alone. My endless renditions, repeating poems with ambition, reading and editing, weeding out the bits that need to go. Before I finish one, another has already come. They breed, exceed my ability to write with speed. I need to put the pen down and step away from the paper. But my mind is still whirring. It doesn't understand later. Poems starting to develop, occurring like tiny eggs. I just write. They appear in spite of me. They will hatch if I manage to catch the sonnet and the phonic words, the haiku and the stanzas and the subtleties of language. I am inclined to just refuse, choose not to produce any more, throw down my pen, go on strike, make a picket line of consonants, be anarchic with alliteration, and handcuff some couplets to a barbed wire fence. But I don't think it would succeed. Creativity would win over my negativity, trample on my placard and force me back to work. Actually, it's okay, because I would miss my nemesis. I must embrace it and appreciate this ability before it is too late, before writer's block becomes my fate. Then I'll be begging for the poems to return. So excuse me, rude I do not mean to be, but I must go and write some proper poetry.